Hi everyone, it's Heather Sparkles and welcome to my full review of Re-Ment's My Little Fairy line. This is a new series from Re-Ment and they're basically made to resemble the vintage Polly Pockets, which I have right here next to the My Little Fairy. So these little fairies live in a cosmetic world. So these fairies are in eyeshadow palettes and makeup bottles and blush palettes, and it is just like the cutest thing. So I cannot wait to jump into this review. I have ordered the entire set. That way you guys could decide for yourselves which ones you would like to buy. Maybe you'll fall in love with all of them like I did. So anyways, let's just jump right into this review. So it is no secret, I think, that this toy line that Re-Ment has come out with has definitely been inspired by the vintage Polly Pocket. Now, just so you are aware, this is not like new Polly Pockets. It has no connection to Polly Pocket other than the aesthetic, then how it looks. It's pretty much like bringing the old pocket toys back, which to me is extremely exciting because I love pocket toys. I love Polly Pocket, and you don't really see things like this so much anymore. So I was really excited when they came out with this. So here I have a Polly Pocket. This is one of the smaller Polly Pockets, so you guys can get an idea if you have one of these smaller Polly sets at the size you're looking at. Now, as far as the materials go, they're definitely different. The front definitely has that hard plastic feel that the Pollys have, but the inside has more of a painted sort of vinyl type feel. You know, the usual Re-Ment feel, where this is all pretty much hard plastic that was painted. The doll is not hard plastic like Polly. She is more of that, you know, vinyl painted sort of feel that all the other Re-Ments have, where Polly, you know, she's hard plastic pretty much. Well, actually, now that I feel her, I guess she does have a little bit of that feeling going on as well. So here is Polly next to the little fairy, and as you can see, she's a little bit bigger. And she couldn't quite fit into these worlds, but you could totally take a picture of her in here and I'm sure it'll work out just fine. You might notice in the background that there are stickers behind all of the windows, very similar to Polly Pocket. Also, the hinges are very much like Polly. It's kind of scary to open these. So that's really cool. One really cool thing about these is that they have this right here, so you could attach this to a necklace or a keychain or whatever and take it with you places, which is really cool. So this is how the front of all of them look. They are just plain and printed. All right, so that's about it for my little comparison. Obviously, this is a totally different line. It's not Polly Pocket. It's definitely inspired by her though. So I just wanted to make sure you guys saw a little comparison so you can get an idea for yourself of what the size is like. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys each set and give you my thoughts and opinions on each of them. So this first set is called Lovely Cheek. So this is supposed to be a blush. Now each of the My Little Fairies come with a little story. Unfortunately, I do not read Japanese, but I am guessing that this is where Cupid lives. And she sits on this little boat in this little lake of hearts. And maybe people are sending their wishes for love and this is where she answers them. That's what I'm getting from looking at this little picture. But if you read Japanese, feel free to pause this and read it for yourself. So this set is probably my favorite. It's just so pretty. I love the way the water is rippled in the bottom. So it looks like it's definitely coming away from this little boat. I love the colors and I absolutely love this area up here because it reminds me of Polly's. I'm also not so crazy about like the molding marks up here, which I wanted to make sure you guys knew that these are definitely not where you stick the character. These are definitely marks from manufacturing. So I've seen a lot of people take washi tape and put it up there to be a custom carpet, and it looks really cute. So yep, this one's definitely adorable. There's the little doll. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. I do want to apologize if my camera blurs at any time throughout this video. But there she is, and you can put her up there, or you can put her in the little boat. which is kind of tough for me to do, but there we go. Even with one hand looking through a viewfinder, I was able to get her into the boat. So that is just such a great little set. Next up, we have the set that I feel is the most iconic for this collection. It's the one that's featured on the box, and that is called Merry-Go-Round Puff. So this is supposed to be another blush container, and this one is absolutely amazing. What a wonderful design. It's just so well done. So we have these carousel horses here that go up and down. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get her to balance and sit on these, but she's basically supposed to sit right there. As you can see, the colors are absolutely wonderful. And then down here we have a little fountain. I think it would be so cool if this fountain could light up. There is a tiny bit of paint defects right there, and this water comes out, so you want to make sure you don't lose this, that's for sure. So there is the little fairy, and actually she does not have little wings, but she's definitely a fairy somehow. Anyway, she has a little crown on and a little ballerina type outfit, I think, and she is just so pretty, and this set is absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend this one. It's so cool. There's even like a top to the carousel, which is just so nice. So there's the front of it. It has like these filigrees and flowers, and it definitely has that like 90s toy feel, which I love. And here is the story behind this. So if you know Japanese and you want to pause it, go ahead and pause it and read this real fast. So I'm just going to set the little fairy up here so she doesn't fall while I'm showing you guys. So this one is called Garden Nail Polish. So this one is a garden that's attached to a library. Now this little swing in there comes out. I will say that I think the swing is probably a little bit fragile, so you want to be a little bit careful with that. But it fits right in here, and it is a little bit wobbly, I think. I don't think this was super well made, but it's not too bad either. So she can sit on that little swing in the garden, or she can go up here and check out these books, or she can go down the stairs and just kind of chill at this little table there. So I do think this one is actually pretty cool as well. There's a little light in there, and yeah, I think it's just a really sweet little set. So let's see if I could do this while looking through the viewfinder. There we go, she sits in her little swing. So yeah, I think that one's actually really cute. So here's the front of it. It's made to look like a nail polish. It's very, very pretty. So I was worried that I wasn't really going to like this one, but I actually really love this one. It's very cool. Like, there's not one in this collection that I just don't like. So you know the drill by now. Go ahead and pause this if you know Japanese so you can read the story behind this set. So next up we have one that I know a lot of people were very, very excited about. This one is called Aqua Perfume. It's a perfume bottle that has a mermaid in it. The detailing on the water is absolutely amazing. As you can see, it has like a wave to it. This is just amazing. There's fishies in the background, and the mermaid is surrounded by corals, and there's some little shell detail on the sand. And then over here, there is a pearl. Now, my only complaint about this set is I had a really hard time getting the mermaid to sit on these rocks up here. I'm not quite sure why, but there just was not enough clearance for my hand and the mermaid to get her to sit up here. So that's my only complaint about this. I'll probably try again and see what I can do. So basically, you close this and you can put the cap back on, which I'm not going to close these because I'm always afraid I'll never be able to open them again without like breaking something. But for display, thankfully the cap sits right here, so you don't have to worry about losing it if you plan to display these open like I do. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful set. I think that one's definitely a must-have. So here is the story behind the mermaid set. So I was really, really excited about this one. This one is called Flower Perfume. It's another perfume bottle, and it's absolutely beautiful. You have this little fairy sitting here on a mushroom with a flower by her side, and you have some like foliage over here, and then you have butterflies in the background, and then over here is a really cool waterfall. So she can sit at the top up here, she could stand in the water, or she could sit on her mushroom. It is just so adorable. So here is the front. It says My Little Fairy, and it's very faint, but it is made to look like frosted glass, which is very cool. Here is the lid. It has the little flowers on it. And I think this set is just absolutely wonderful. It's just so beautiful, and all of these would just be so fun to photograph. I'm not quite sure if they're going to hold up to play. I do think that maybe these little figures, just my opinion so far, I think they're probably more fragile than Polly. That's just my opinion. We'll see how they hold up. I think these are mainly for, you know, adult collectors to photograph more than for kids to play with like crazy. So just something to keep in mind. But this is absolutely wonderful. I love this set so much. As you can see, the detailing on the water is on every side. They did not slack on the detailing, which is why I was so excited that Re-Ment was going to be, you know, reimagining Polly Pocket in a whole new way. So here is the final set. This one is called Star Eyeshadow, and this is absolutely stunning. So it's supposed to be a dreamy, galaxy, starry sort of set, and as you can see, the rug has little sheep and shooting stars, like whenever you're counting sheep when you're asleep. It also came with this little chair, which is removable, and it's a little star chair, which is just adorable. The little fairy that goes to this has little space buns and a star in her hair, and she's also wearing like a little, you know, sort of ballerina type outfit. One of the windows appears to be open, and it shows this beautiful pastel starry sky in the background. And she has a really cute bed that has a little heart-shaped pillow, and I like how the pillow was painted with a different texture, so it looks a little bit different. There's also a little teeny dresser right here. My only complaint about this, you can't really tell on camera, but this was kind of painted a little bit poorly, and in person you can really tell. For some reason on camera I'm not really noticing it, but in person these are kind of sloppily done. But that's really my only complaint about this set. So basically she can sit here on what I'm guessing is like a little stage, or just another part of her room, and she can also sit in this little teeny chair, or she can chill on her bed, or she could stand here and look out her beautiful window at the night sky. This set's absolutely stunning. Here is the front of it. It has moons and stars on it, and it's also a beautiful lavender color, perfect for a dreamy set because they say lavender is very calming. I absolutely love this set. So here is the story, and it looks like she's wishing upon a star, and it's just so beautiful. So once again, go ahead and pause this and read this if you read Japanese. So I also wanted to say that these little fairies don't really work all that well with the Polly play sets as far as being able to stand in them. The little holes where you stick the little figures down into are far too big for the little fairies. However, they look really, really cute sitting in little chairs. So I guess now Polly will have a whole new group of friends that you can take pictures of her with, and I am so excited to do that. I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures. Alright, so now it's time for me to give my final thoughts on Re-Ment's My Little Fairy line. I absolutely love them. I'm so happy that I purchased these. They are amazing, and they're such a fun addition to my collection. I think this line would appeal to more than just people who collect Polly Pockets or vintage toys. I think this line is going to appeal to so many people who love fantasy creatures, or pastel colors, or kawaii things, or Re-Ments or miniatures. I think this line has so much to offer, and I cannot wait to see another series and what they're going to come up with next. This is absolutely amazing and definitely worth buying. Alright, so on to the price and where you can buy these. So I paid $41.62 for this entire set, along with $12.90 for shipping from Japan, which took over 20 days, but it did arrive in perfect shape. So I did order this off eBay, and I will say that try to get the best price you can on these. If you see them for like $60 or more, look around for a seller that's selling them for like closer to their actual Japanese price. I personally think that the $40 range is worth it for these. They're stunningly beautiful. They are so fun to photograph and look at. And what I really love about these pocket toys is that even though they're very tiny, they really do give you that feeling of like, hey, this is a miniature world. And it's so amazing how, you know, the old Polly Pockets have that effect. Like, here's something that's so small, yet it feels so big, and my mind is so engaged, you know, tinkering with these. And it's just so hard to look at these and not feel happy and not feel like, oh, these are so wonderful, and they're such a great stress reliever. So I highly suggest that you buy these, get them while you can. You guys might know that sometimes Re-Ment sets like go away and then you miss out on them, and then they cost a fortune to try to get. Like, I never got my little Twin Stars, sort of, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like sort of like a dollhouse set with like a sewing machine and the little unicorn plushie and all of that. Like, I did not get that set whenever it was actually available, and now it's like $80 or more, and I'm not going to spend that much on it. So if you have the opportunity to get one of these, go and get it. Try all the different websites that sell like cute Japanese stuff. Try eBay, all those sorts of places. I am no expert on like where to buy like Japanese figures and Re-Ments and stuff. There's so many different websites that people go to, and I just don't normally get a chance to buy these things, so I'm not aware, but I'm sure you guys will have no problem finding these now online in stock now that they're officially out. I think they came out at the beginning of June or end of May, so they should be like everywhere here very soon. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys out. I hope that you enjoyed this review video. I really wanted to get these not only for myself but for you guys, so you could decide if you wanted to go for the full set or if you wanted to buy individual pieces. You have that option. I think that the full set was a very good deal. $40 for 6 pieces. I personally think that's a decent deal, especially with the cost of like vintage Polly Pockets now. They're very expensive, so I think this would just be a great set for so many different collectors to own. So that's it, guys. That's enough of my blabbing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. By the way, whenever you order the full box, it's literally like the box of the cartons, and so you get like the little thing on top, and there's the side of the box. It's so cute. I absolutely love it. And I just dropped top of the perfume bottle. That's real great. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and feel free to share this video with a friend that you think might like this toy line. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye!